Hey everybody. Hey, I know that I'm not normally the face of Big Belly, that normally you're used to seeing Stephen's face, but he's already in bed. It is almost 10 o'clock p.m. and this is February the 21st, Sunday. Tomorrow, of course, is Monday the 22nd. And I'm a little bit tired and worn out because I've just had a very difficult few minutes with AJ. Tomorrow we go to Norton's Children's Hospital again. If you are a faithful and regular viewer of our channel, then you know and realize that we've already done 4 videos. From January the 12th, we had to go to Norton Children's Hospital with AJ. And that was to get approved for the MRI, which is tomorrow. So the initial trip that we took was the preliminary to get approved for that. AJ is really worked up right now. I just had to send him to bed. He's extremely worked up. I was trying to educate our child and to show him YouTube videos about having a IV and about the sedation with the mask and being put to sleep and all of that, which actually almost 3 years ago, on June the 1st, 2018, he had just turned 6. That May of 2018, he had turned 6. And on June the 1st, he had a surgery for his lazy eye. And we had to go to Louisville for surgery for his eye. And he had both eyes operated on. And he had an IV. He had a needle in his arm. He had an IV. But now, almost 3 years later, he is a wreck. He is really freaking out about the idea of having a needle in his arm. And, of course, he has to be sedated because our child is extremely hyper. He cannot be trusted not to wiggle in an MRI machine. That's not going to happen. He cannot be trusted for that. And MRIs are very expensive. And if he moves around and the images are fuzzy and they don't give me any information, then it's all in vain. It's all not worth it. So he's already been very verbally abusive to me, very aggressive. He's just really freaking out about the idea of having needles in his arms, a tourniquet to put that needle in his arm, then the mask with the anesthesia medicine. So it's just been a big mess. And we have kept you all up to date with just different personal things in our lives. As you know right now, if you watched the last video, we're really not able to do motorcycles right now. We've just got a lot of other things going on. And we don't know. We don't know what Big Belly is going to end up being. Stephen's last video, that he was talking to you about how are we going to end up being a transportation company where he's going to be doing the hot shots. But we're not going to be exclusively doing motorcycles like we thought. That's not the direction that the Lord has laid out for us, especially during this COVID season and then this joke of a presidential race and this president and the administration. There's a lot of uncertainties. But right now, we are concerned about tomorrow, getting up very early and taking AJ to Louisville. And Louisville is about 3.5 hours away. And he is really freaking out. I don't know if you can, it's probably going to show up backwards. No food or drink after 4:30. And he can't have any water. Is that going to be a mirror image and show up backwards? I bet it will. I bet it's going to be a mirror image. Anyway, he cannot have food or water. He cannot have food after 4:30 in the morning. And he cannot drink after 10:30. And we have to be there at 12:30 tomorrow. And the MRI is scheduled for 2 o'clock. So we just covered everybody's prayers. We really do need prayers. And we're just trying to figure out what's going on in our son's head and why these medicines are not working the way they are working. He's autistic, high functioning autistic. He has the aspergers, and he has extremely high ADHD, and that is not a good combination to have ADHD and autism. It's a very bad combination. So it's just been very difficult. And he's homeschooled, and that's difficult. And so we just ask that everybody will please say some prayers for us, and that we'll get some answers for all of this. We have a whole lot going on right now, and we just really covet prayers. Please. Please pray for us.